Good morning, everyone. Thanks to everyone for being here this morning. I'd like to welcome everyone, and those that are watching us online or on TV, I'd like to welcome you to our infrastructure meeting for August 19th, 2025. Thank you. I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. First thing on the agenda today is to get approval of the minutes from last infrastructure meeting, June 15th.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Motion has been made by Councilman Dobler and seconded by Councilwoman Ortiz. Minutes approved. Number three on our agenda is action items. First up is action item A, Abate special assessment penalties.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Pardon me?
Point of order, we need to vote on the minutes, please.
Okay. We had a motion by Councilman Dobler, seconded by Councilwoman Ortiz. Any discussion on the minutes? All approve?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All against the meeting? Against the motion? Motion passes 3-0. Okay, back to the agenda. Action item 3. 3A is abate special assessment penalties.
Yes, I will take this one, Chair Banks.
Okay.
This ordinance is an ordinance to allow for the waiver of the special assessment penalties on 3 tracts of land owned by Marnie LLC in the Lawrence Bay subdivision, and that is conditioned upon full payment of all of the property taxes and the past due special assessments for those 3 properties.
Okay. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion second. Questions?
I have a question.
Chair recognizes Councilwoman Ortiz.
What's the total cost on that, Braxton?
I do not have that fiscal note, but we can provide you with that information.
Okay, so you're saying in order, we're gonna,
They will have to, yes,
help me understand this again.
yes, ma'am. In return for full payment of past due taxes and for full payment of the past due specials, this ordinance would allow for the waiver of the penalties on those past due special assessments. So we can provide you with the dollar amount of the past due taxes, the past due specials, as well as the amount of the penalties.
And also, how many parcels does that include?
It is specifically 3 parcels in Lawrence Bay.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Chair recognizes Councilman Dobler.
Just as a follow-up to that, the county charges penalties on late. Are these specifically on specials, not on the taxes, right?
That's my understanding, that they will charge penalties on those past due special assessments.
Yeah. So we're not talking about waiving the past due special assessments themselves or the past due taxes, only the penalties that for some reason the county is always charged on specials. I don't think the city, I'm not sure the city ever gets those penalties if somebody were to even pay it. But in my mind, those aren't, it's not real. The debt service on the specials is a real number that needs to be paid and will be paid here. Obviously, the back taxes are as well. Those penalties are something that the county does. Thank you.
City Attorney Stanley has joined the call. I believe she may have some information.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, if you don't mind, I might be able to provide a little bit additional context. The penalties on specials are provided in state law. There's something that it's set at a set rate, but those penalties are never seen by the city of Topeka. Those penalties go into the county's accounts if ever paid. If they're sold at a tax sale, those penalties are waived. At the end of the day, those penalties are never something that is statutorily seen by the city of Topeka. It is a penalty in statute as part of the cost of doing business to incentivize people to pay their bills and debts to the county so that they can assess them out appropriately. As to the fiscal note, I think Deputy City Manager Copley can get you the actual numbers, but the way this was structured as a deal proposal is the city would be made whole on its back due taxes and back due specials, but the county doesn't have the authority to waive that special penalty. So the only way the county will waive that special is with an ordinance from the city directing them to do so. It's kind of a weird quirk in law, but that is the intent of the deal structure, is so that these properties can get back into productive use and that the back due specials and taxes that are owed to the city can be paid with the penalties being waived.
Anything else? Okay. Chair recognizes.
Just a quick follow-up with the city attorney. The county is aware that we're doing this, is that correct?
Sorry, couldn't find my unmute button. Yes, the county is aware. They were included as part of these conversations. Former Director Friedman led those discussions with the county and the developer involved that wanted to get these back into productive use.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Councilwoman Holford.
So these are not going on the tax sale?
No, these are not lots that are currently scheduled to the tax sale.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion on action item A? Okay, I think I've had a motion. Seconded. Need a second? I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Action item B, capital improvement project. Director Davis.
Yes, good morning, thank you. We have 3 items on the agenda this morning with utilities. And our first request is for a project ready for construction exceeding $250,000. This first request is for an expansion project that will be a renovation and in addition to an existing facility at the Oakland Wastewater Treatment Plant. Currently, this project is estimated at $1.2 million, which we plan on cash funding. This project is a unique one. It's been a long time coming. This addition and renovation will allow us to move staff from an existing facility on the premise to an expanded facility. So it's safer for them, makes operating a little more efficient, having everybody in one location. And just to give you a little bit of context, I wanted to share, Dan, if you don't mind, again, one back. So just on the slide, it's a little difficult to see, but there are 2 red boxes. Currently, we have our collections team. So those folks that respond to emergencies with the wastewater and stormwater system, all of our equipment operators, management are all housed in this building to the north with the red box up there. This building was a decades old renovation of an existing, one of the original components of the wastewater treatment plant. So once that was decommissioned and the plant was improved, they converted that facility to office space. And again, those folks check in the mornings there, they eat lunch there, they gather there. and that facility is very dated, and we're having a lot of environmental issues inside the building. So the plan, after looking and working with a consultant to look at our plant, look at a possibility of new construction or potentially renovating any additional space, the logical, most economical conclusion that we came up with was to simply expand what we refer to as B building, which is the lower rectangle. Again, that north building was constructed in 1929, and Dan, if you, can I do that? Move to the next slide. Here you see the steps to the building. This building is definitely not able to accommodate any ADA requirements, stairs everywhere in it. Keep going, please. You see some of the outside conditions, some of the stairs down to the lunchroom area, the gathering space. One more. Keep going. The memo outlines many of the conditions that those staff end up living in every day. So you can see cramped quarters. When it's hot outside, it is extremely hot in this building. When it's cold, it's very cold. It leaks when it rains. We have had a number of backup issues there. And then you can kind of see the existing conditions of the restroom facility. So they don't really use that. They have to go to a different building to use the restroom. That should probably be it, I think. So I hope that highlights the necessity of doing this work. We plan on spending utilities dollars out of our water pollution control facility rehab program. Again, all cash funded. We are partnering with Public Works, and Jason Tryon is managing this like he would a FIRM project, but this is not funded out of the FIRM program. So I just wanted to make that distinction. And with that, I'll stand for questions.
Any discussion on item B?
I'll move approval.
Motion has been made to
Second.
approve. Yes, go ahead.
Can I ask a quick question?
Chair recognizes Councilwoman Hofer.
What kind of time frame are you looking at if this can get through? Is it something for next year?
No, we are planned, ready to go. We've actually, because this was in our CIP and most of this, it's broken down into, I think the memo states $1 million out of 2023 CIP dollars and $200,000 out of 2024. We actually have a contract ready to go so that if this is approved, we would be ready to start construction and have discussed with the contractors the desire to get it done so that we can re-asphalt the parking lot and prep before winter hits if possible. That would be the desire.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Councilwoman Ortiz.
I just made a second.
Oh, thank you. The motion has been made and seconded. Any other discussion on the motion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, all opposed? Same sign. Okay, motion carries 3-0. Action item C, capital improvement projects.
Yes, so this second request in front of you this morning is another capital improvement project exceeding $250,000, which we are hoping we get approval for you to recommend this Waterline improvement project from 21st Street, along 21st Street from Buchanan to Washburn. So this is part of the expansion of the transmission line along 21st Street. Originally, that was a little bit larger project that we ultimately broke into two separate projects to allow for the Public Works improvement project at 21st and Topeka. So that reconstruction project is complete. Now we can move on to this effort. The request is to approve $2.2 million of cash and revenue bonded dollars from utilities. Again, we're looking at 1,200 linear feet of 24-inch transmission main along that stretch. I will say that If this is approved, we're really hoping we can put this out for bid and get construction to start at the end of this year. That would be dependent on our ability to get all the materials. Worst case scenario, it doesn't happen until spring. The time frame for construction, if that were to occur, approximately March through October.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion has been made, seconded. Any other discussion? Chair recognizes Councilwoman Holford.
Are you going to be, how much of 21st Street are you going to close? 1 lane, 2 lanes? Do we know?
Nicole, do you have that answer?
Because I know a lot of people won't want 21st fully closed.
Sure. Deputy Director Malott will have much better answers to that question than I.
Don't have all of the details in front of me, but we've broken it into 4 phases. There will be a couple short closures. One closure just south of 21st Street on Washburn within the first phase. The phase itself is supposed to last up to 7 weeks. The full closure, I don't believe is required for that entire time, but could be up to 7 weeks south of 21st Street there. Phase 2 will be completely within the property there along Washburn View. So it will not get into the street. Phase 3 will have a closure. Oh, and that's, I think that one's 6 weeks for that phase. The phase 3 is going to be at Buchanan and 21st. Construction sequencing will dictate what it looks like. That phase is up to 10 weeks. During that phase, there'll be full closures on Buchanan and a full closure on 21st. Not necessarily at the same time, depending on how they sequence it. That entire sequence, I don't know if I just said that, was up to 10 weeks, but there'll be partial closures throughout there. Phase 4 is the last phase, up to 6 weeks, and it gets our last 2 tie-ins across the street. So there will be an additional closure across 21st Street for up to 6 weeks during that between Lane and Lincoln. So that stretch between Lane and Buchanan is going to be closed intermittently for up to those 16 weeks within that time period. I don't know whether phasing calls for working one side of the street or the other. We'll leave that up to the contractor when we look at it, but it currently calls for approximately 16 weeks there.
Okay, well, I know after 21st Street really disrupted Sonic, I want to make sure we're real careful with those businesses along there so they have all the access they can so they don't lose much business.
Absolutely, and we've actually already been in contact with them and worked through the phasing, and they're aware of it, on board with it. We've worked out a couple issues that we were able to tweak because of it, but yeah, absolutely, we're addressing their access.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Motion, any other discussion on the motion? Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, motion is carried 3-0. Action item D, capital improvement project.
Yes, so this is our last request of the morning for a capital improvement project, again exceeding $250,000. We're requesting approval of a waterline improvement project along Stonybrook Drive. Councilman Dobler, I believe, is well familiar with the cries from the constituents that live along that stretch, some of them having a number of water main breaks affecting their property over the last several years. So we're looking forward to being able to complete this improvement, which would replace approximately 6,700 linear feet of 8-inch water line and some storm sewer lines as well along Stonybrook Drive. We would be requesting $2.1 million, again, of cash and revenue bond in order to get this work done. So I would add, again, we are ready for bid. The design is complete, so we would start as soon as materials would be available, and then looking at a 7-month turnaround there. So likely March through September if we can't start before that.
I am more
So
than
moved.
happy to, question. I was going to say, I'm more than happy to make a motion to approve.
Okay. Any discussion on it, on this item? Okay. Motion has been made. Need a second?
Second.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Action item E. Hi, Steve.
Good morning. Steve Groen, Public Works Director. This is project number 841098.07, 841074.15, and 501107.08. It's a capital improvement project exceeding $250,000. It's for the reconstruction of Southwest Martin Drive from 41st to 42nd Street, including the replacement of storm inlet box. This is an industrial area down be west of Frito-Lay. It's a concrete road that's pretty well shot. We're looking to replace that one block down by Bimbo's Bakery and Foley Cat. So we're looking for your approval so we can proceed. Upon approval by the governing body, we plan on putting this project out for bids and commence with construction yet this year. This is part of our 2025 pavement management program.
Any questions? Chair recognizes Councilwoman Hoffer.
On this one, is it going to affect the ingress or egress of Bimbo or Frito-Lay?
No, we will be able to maintain access to all the industrial properties down there. There's other ways around the block.
Okay. And they know about this coming?
I believe so. Yeah. Otherwise, we will be having meetings.
Thank you. Any other questions for Steve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Steve. We're at item 4 on our agenda. Anyone with information or items they'd like to share with this committee at this time? Assistant Manager? Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Chair recognizes Councilwoman Councilwoman Ortiz.
thank you. First, I want to say I was told Steve did a great job on presenting this morning. He covered all the bases. Even now I know what number it is. That number means nothing to me, but I wrote it down. I kind of wanted to bring something to the committee. As I was driving out south, taking my granddaughter to school, I noticed the Fleet building. It's a very, very good-looking Fleet building. I would just like to see, staff has moved, we put a lot of time and talent in that, and when we get ready, I would hope that we could do maybe an open house or a ribbon cutting or something. I don't think we sell ourselves enough just to let people know where their tax money is being spent, and I don't know if that's ever been talked about, but I think it would be a great asset if we were to do something like that. I just like the committee's thoughts about it.
Mr. Chair, we are waiting for the last few items of furniture and to finish completely moving in, but we are planning on having some sort of event for the governing body once all the furniture is in and we're fully ready to go.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you, Councilwoman Ortiz, for mentioning that. I noticed Councilman Kale probably did a lot of work getting that in there like that, so.
Well, and I'd even like to see us do something for the public, that they could come in and look as well, because I know that at one time, Councilman Cal said, no, he didn't want it, but it's turned out really, really nice. And, from the color and everything, it's a great asset. So that's why I said, we used to do ribbon cuttings on our street projects and different facilities, and we haven't done it for years. And I just thought that was a great asset to let people know and let them see what it is. It's got City of Topeka Fleet, but they can really start talking about it. And when budget time comes, and so they'll know, or our CIPs, they kind of know, where their money's going. That's kind of why I thought about that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any other items that come before this committee? Any public comment? I don't see anyone signed up for public comment. If there's nothing else, this meeting is adjourned.
It's a well-run meeting.
Okay.